And then it'll be all explained as well.
Liam, bit of needle there in the press conference between the two camps. Can you elaborate on that a bit?
No, maybe just a misunderstanding, you know, or it could be a little bit of mind games, I don't know, but there's no needle from me. I'm not interested in anything apart from Mark Thompson, and you know, Mark was quiet and professional, to be fair to him, and you know, I know he's going to come and he's focused on a job, so you know, I'm not bothered. I'm not getting drawn into all that needle. I'm 100% concentrated on Mark Thompson.
What sort of challenge on the night do you think Mark Thompson's going to bring to you?
The best Mark Thompson will come and you know, he'll bring a tough fight. It's a bit of a title fight. I don't expect any easy bits of title defence. So you know, I know he'll come and he'll bring me a few. You know, I'll have tough moments in the fight, and I'll have things that I've got to deal with. But you know, if I'm British and Commonwealth champion, I've got to deal with them things. And if I don't deal with them things, I don't deserve to be British and Commonwealth champion.
You captured the British title in your last fight, which obviously you've got across your shoulder now. Is it in your plans to try and win the belt outright?
I'd love one outright. Like I say, you know, there's a place at home for these belts in our house, and you know, I'd love one to keep outright. You know, the board take them back off you, and it's heartbreaking when they take them off you until you own one. So, you know, I'd love to own one outright, but you know, there's a lot, as I said before, there's a lot of tough fights domestic level, and you know, I've seen a lot of people hang around domestic level too long and be in too many wars. You know, Jamie Moore didn't get a world title. I think he deserved to. And there's a lot of other people, Ryan Rhodes. So whether they want to push me on after this, I'm concentrated on Saturday, and I'll 100% defend this title on Saturday. But after Christmas, you know, we'll sit, and if Frank and that want to push me to a European title, then you know, I'll happily do it. I'm not going to say no, I want this belt outright, because you know, it could set me back in my whole career. So you know, I'd love one, but I don't mind.
You mentioned in the recent interviews with Steve Lillis that you'd take on IBF light middleweight champion Carlos Molina tomorrow. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, you know, I think everything about boxing is stars make fights, and timing. You got to have the right timing to take people, and you know, like, I think Carlos Molina is one of the weak world champions, and I think he's the most basic, ordinary of a world champion I've ever seen in my life. You know, he does nothing special, and like I say, stars make fights, and I think his style is absolutely perfect for me. And that's not saying, oh, I'm a world beater, I'm world class now. I'm just saying, if that phone rang tomorrow, if it rang tomorrow for Saul Alvarez, you know, I wouldn't take it. But you know, if it rang tomorrow for Carlos Molina, I'd bite their hands off for it. I think I know his style is made for me, and you know, I'd love that fight.
Yeah.
How far away do you reckon you are from that elite level and contesting for those major titles?
There's loads of points. Like I say, I don't think I'm far away from Carlos Molina now. If I was to win, but you know, when I win on Saturday after Christmas, they said you're fighting Carlos Molina in March, I'd love it. I'd bite the hand off for it. But you know, obviously I'm a fair bit away from the likes of you know, Austin Trouts and Saul Alvarez. They're the other champions. You know, they're like the elite level. But then you've got the other two who aren't, Molina and Demetrius Andrade, who Brian Rose is going to fight. So if you put it to them three, you know, if I win this title, I'd say I'd fight them next.
How do you rate Brian Rose's chances in that fight?
Yeah, I think he's got a chance, you know, and I hope to God he does win it. To be totally honest with you, I hope he wins it. But I've stated that the prediction for the fight, I think Andrade would win on points. But you know, I hope I'm wrong. I hope Brian goes and he does a job on him, because, like I say, there's a lot of people in Britain who have the domestic rival, and you know, hopefully me and Brian can be one. Not rivals in hate each other, just like, you know, Carl Frampton, Scott Quigg. One's a world champion, he's got his domestic rival. You've got the middleweights, Macklin, Barker, Murray. They've got the Barker's a world champion, but he's got his domestic rivals as well. So hopefully Brian can go and be a world champion, because obviously he's ahead of me in the pecking order. So he's hopefully he wins a world title, and then I can be his domestic rival, and obviously it'll be easier to make two English kids for a world title rather than make an international fight.
How did you score that fight in his world title final eliminator? Obviously a lot of people said it was quite contentious, and a lot of people actually gave it to Rose. How did you actually score it?
You know, I thought Marcel won it. Marcel, I thought he won it, like, just by what he put into the fight. He put a lot into it, and he landed some big shots, and you know, I thought he deserved it, to be honest with you. But you know, Brian showed a big heart, which has always been his question for people. You know, he showed a pair of balls and a massive heart to come through. He come through some rocky moments in that fight, and don't get me wrong, I don't mean it was it could have went either way, and you know, split decision was probably fair either way.